Today's Curriculum Spotlight is brought to you by a commenter's request, and that is writing strands. If you've never watched a Curriculum Spotlight before, I think of them less as a review and more of a chit chat. I can tell you what things I like about it, what I don't, how we use it, time involved, all those kind of things, and then I'll take you inside when we're done. I purchased writing strands last year because my oldest is not a natural writer. It doesn't come easily to her. And we tried several other programs and nothing was quite working. What I wanted more than anything for writing this year to be accomplished is for her to stop resisting. Something that would give her the confidence that she can do it and she can get it down, and not something we could stop having a resistance about. And this program accomplished that. She became much less resistant to writing. I'm not sure I would say she eagerly did it each day, but it was far, this was the best fit for us that we've had of anything else before, anything else that we had tried. So that is my endorsement of it, because it did what I needed to do. Anyway, Writing Strands runs $20 on the Writing Strands website, or $15.50 at Rainbow Resource. Both of those will be linked below. Their website also contains a sample, so if you want to be able to check that out, be sure to go there to get a better sample. Pros to the program: it's very open and go. Each day there's like a day 1, day 2. It's very clear what they need to accomplish each day. A lesson, it varied by the day, but I would say with 20 minutes max was what she needed to do each day to complete a day's worth. Some days were a little more, some days were less. On those days, I often would have her go ahead and do 2 days worth, but because I wanted at least 20 minutes of writing. There are levels from elementary all the way through high school, so if you want just one program that you don't have to find something else as they get older, this would be worth looking into. It's also worth looking into if you have multiple children, because you don't write in the books, so they are reusable and inexpensive, like I said. So cons, my big con is that I don't think it's enough for one of these books is for a full year's worth of writing. The suggestion is 1 level along with your literature to complete your language arts. I feel like it is not enough for it to be the full writing portion. There are about 6 assignments per semester, and so some of those lessons do take more than a week, but we finished level 4s for ages 13 or 14, or after you complete level 3. So we completed this in just over a semester. Barely into a second semester. So to stretch out over a year, to me, would be not enough writing. That may vary depending on what your needs are and goals are, but I don't think 1 level is enough. Now, that's not to say, and we did this one and then we went on into the next level, so that's totally reasonable, except at some point it may get to be that the next level is too much of a step up for your child, which is kind of what happened with us. Was the next level she was working on, there were some assignments she could do, but some of them just were too much of a jump cognitively, I guess you would say. So if you want this to be your sole writing program, you really need to evaluate. So I recommend it, especially if you have a resistant writer, but with the caveat, you might really want to evaluate if it's going to be enough for a full year's writing program. So I think it is really good for students who, like I said, have been resistant to writing programs, who need some more baby stepping through it. If you want independent work, this can be done completely independently. There are a few parts where it says, have your mom or your parent read this or that, so I shouldn't say completely independently, but 95% of it easily. It is very open and go, get it done. If you are someone who's on the road a lot, whether you travel or just on the go to various lessons and whatever, this would be a good one to look into because it could be done easily in the car type of program. Like I said, we did use it until the spring. I think we switched in March, I think. And that she just got to a point where what they were expecting just wasn't working for her. Next year though, we will use it again. I'm going to use it as supplementary, and that maybe probably every month or so we'll take a break from our other writing, which we are using writing and rhetoric. That's what we switched to. So maybe every 4 weeks or so we'll take a week off, have her work through a lesson, and then switch back to it. I'm not sure I said, but they do have samples on their website. I also don't know if I said, it works out to be about six assignments a semester. And I think that's all that was on my notes. So let's take a look inside. Okay, now to take a look inside. Okay. An introduction talks about how to use the program and I forget what the word, like the thought behind it. And here is the list of assignments. This is level 2, which is a level I used with my 8-year-old. He was 7 at the beginning of the year. He doesn't need as much step-by-stepping, so we just used the topics, but I didn't follow the day-by-days as much. This page, it's written on kind of how to do the program, how to use it. And then this page kind of shows you what the topic is, the subject, like whether they're doing adjectives or reporting, paragraphing, comparison, and that kind of thing. Okay, and then here is the first lesson. They tell you what it is, what the focus is, and then they give you the day 1, what needs to be done in day 1, what needs to be completed during day 2. And then this one had, day 3, and then day 4 being the actual writing part. The other parts were all the pre-writing. They do give you this, which we did not really use, but it's kind of talk about what was an evaluation page for each writing assignment. Like I said, we didn't really use it. For my younger one, I didn't think it would be useful, and for my daughter, I wanted her more to focus on actually writing than correcting, and I was afraid that would be discouraging to her. So you can see each one is set up the same way. Some of the lessons will build on each other, so from one lesson to another, you may need to keep the previous one. This one, Smart Bird, about Tom the Turkey at Thanksgiving time. This one was my son's favorite writing project we did this year. He loved it. He wrote it and sent it to all his family for Thanksgiving. Most of the writing is I would say more non-fiction than fiction. But so if you want one that is just fiction, this is not going to be good for you. The book, this is like the old one I said. I'm the 3rd owner of this, so it's not holding up I mean, it's ripping, but I am the third owner, at least, possibly the fourth. So, okay. Now, like I said, that was level 2, which they recommend on the back of this one. They have all the recommendations. But level 2, they recommend starting at about age 7, and then level 3, 8, 9, 10, 11, or 12, and then goes up from there. So let me skip ahead to show you level 5, which is recommended for after completing level 4 or for a 15 or 16-year-old. So if you have, these are very easy to jump into if you haven't used them. You don't have to start back at level 2. We started, let's see, we did level 4 for my daughter. She probably could have done level 3. Level 3 may have been a better fit, but level 4 is what we did. And so next year she will finish level 5. Okay, so this one again is laid out the same. Okay, again, they show you what is being talked about, the focus for each one. They give you a little more detail about that in this level. Okay, and in the back, or at the end of each semester, they give you a evaluation report, so you can kind of go through and check whether a skill is mastered or needs more for each of the skills. Again, we didn't do that because I didn't want my daughter getting frustrated. I wanted her to just not work on resisting writing. So they do go into grammar in some of these as well, but I'm not sure I would say it would be enough grammar. But if you did one level of these plus some grammar plus some literature, I think that would make a complete language arts curriculum. But I don't think there's enough grammar in these to count as grammar for the year. So, like I said, this is the updated version of it. It's laid out the same. That is Writing Strands. If you have any questions about it, please be sure to leave them below, and I will do my best. When you are done with this, you also want to head over to my playlist for curriculum spotlights that'll be linked. I have several other ones on there, and in addition to the Writing Strands, I have a couple geography ones coming up, including Simply Charlotte Mason's geography. I have a Bible one coming up, and then an elemental science that will be coming up as well. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching.